here's what I'm telling you. The problem with math is that sometimes some of the symbols we use are a pain in the butt, and we use alternate ways of doing it. So when we were little kids, we always used this sign for divide, always, always, always. And then when we got a little bit older, we started doing this, right, for divide. But really now, for us, we almost never use those. We just go like this, right? We just go 2 goes into 6, right? They're all the same thing. That means divide, that means divide, that means divide. You notice in here, we almost never use the X symbol 4 times, right? If I say 3 times 2, I almost never do that. And when you're in 3rd grade, that's all you do. But for us, we start doing this, right? Either we go 3 times 2 or more specifically, we might even do this, just 3 times 2, something like that. But we almost never use the X because the X, like you guys would be like, is that 3X? Like, so there are lots of ways we learn in math to write things. And we're learning a new way to write that square root thing because the square root thing is a bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest. A lot of times kids will do this to me. They'll go 5x, and I don't know if it's underneath the jail or if it's not. Fitting the little thing in here is kind of a pain in the butt. I've seen other kids do this where it's like this, and I'm like, is it there? Is it not? So it's a new way of writing it. It also lets us do more math next chapter because we're going to start multiplying and dividing things with exponents. So what it lets us do, we're going to rewrite square roots this way. And let's say we have x and we have a square root, and that's to the 2nd power, right? Because that's implied. It's the 2nd index right there, the 2nd root. And that x is to the 1st power. So everyone's looking at it thinking, I got what you're saying, Ms. T. That's just an x. That's just a square root. And now what we can do from here on out is we can rewrite it like this. X, the power is going to be in the numerator, and the root guy is going to be in the denominator. Does that make sense? So I need you to write that down. Does that make sense? I need you to write that this equals this. Right?
I don't know how to respond.
Stop talking, you weirdo. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to hop up to this notes. This notes looks crazy, but here's what I want you to take a look at. We're going to take a look at this. We're going to rewrite that dude as a root, right? And here's how it works. It works like this. We put the root on. The little n guy is my root. The 1 is my exponent or power. Does that make sense? So powers are on the top. I'll write that down. Powers are on the top, and roots are on the bottom. And that kind of makes sense because powers and roots cancel each other out, right? So if you had something to the 2nd power and you were square rooting it, they cancel each other out. And so mathematically, it actually kind of, it works, right? So look at this guy. We have we have a to the m over n. So here's what it would look like. It would look like this. I'd put my little root here, and I would put the guy on the bottom. The n goes here. The a goes in here, and there's 2 ways to do this. Both are correct. So one way you could do this is you could put the little m right here, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Another way you can do it, and my software does this, it goes like this, but it puts the power on the outside, and that's okay too. You could put the power on the inside or on the outside. It works either way. My software, I think, puts it on the outside. I, like myself as a math person, I put it on the inside. So all we're going to do today is we're going to kind of go back and forth, right? I'll have some where it's written one way and we're going to practice writing the other, and some where it's written the other way and we go back. Does that make sense? So if you want to turn your paper over or just do it on the bottom, there's plenty of room on the bottom. So we're going to do some examples. Are you guys ready? So here comes the first one. Let me go ahead and pick out which one I want to start with. Let's get these guys all out of here. Get out of here, dude. We're going to start with this guy right here. So what I'd like you to do, or what we're going to do together, is we're going to go to writing him with rational exponents. Rational means fraction. Exponents means exponents, right? So here we go. We're going to do this. So the first thing that we want to be careful of, we know that that's a 2, right? And we know that there are no other powers going on there, so we know that's a 1. Now I'm going to show you a wrong thing, and then I'm going to show you a right thing, so you can watch real quick. What kids wanted to do in A period, they wanted to go like this, and they wanted to go like this. And I'm going to tell you why that is a bit of a problem. And the bit of the problem is this. What that is saying is this guy just goes to him, right? So it really is this, 7 root x. You see what I'm saying? I want the 7 and the x to be in the parenthesis, in the little jail thing. So what I need to do is be a little bit more precise, and I'm going to do that action. Does that make sense? Is that cool? What someone asked is said, could I do it like this? And I said, yeah, you could totally do it like that if you want to. But if you're lazy like me, just put it in little parentheses to say everything goes in the jail, right? The jail's handy because it makes it's a little grouping symbol. But now we're just going to put in the parentheses. Is that okay? So let me give you guys one to try. Let me get rid of this dude. Try this guy. Oh, let's see if I can find one over here. I don't want like this guy. I don't like this guy yet. I don't like this guy. Oh, I'll just do one myself. How about this? Ooh, I like this one. All I'm getting you used to is where the hell that stupid 5 goes, right? Where the hell that stupid 5 goes. And here's what you know, roots make things smaller. When we take the square root of something, we're taking out pairs, right? So if you're making it smaller, denominator makes sense, right? So hopefully you did it, and hopefully you got this action. You put the 3a in there because that's what that is. It's a little grouping symbol, and you went like that. Nice and easy. Are we good? Okay, so let's try a little bit weirder one. Let's see if I can find a weirder one in my mess. I already did this guy. Let's try that guy. Don't let the fact that there's more stuff stuffed inside that jail cell fool you, right? Just put them in parentheses, just group them up. Hopefully you're like, hey, Miss T, really, this isn't that hard. And you're like, hey, that's 2AB, and I'm just going to go to the 1/4, right? Just getting you guys used to seeing it. Okay, we're going to get a little weirder now. I like this next one. This next one is a cool one. Get out of here, dude. How about, let's do this one first. Ooh, I like this one. Now we got powers and roots, right? So the only thing to remember is who goes where, right? Who goes on the top, who goes on the bottom. So if you're like, hey, Miss T, I'm going to group that guy. My powers go on the top. My roots go on the bottom. And if you're thinking to yourself, really, is it that easy? Right now, it's super easy. It's super easy. So yay for you. We're going to go to another one that I like that's a little bit weird. What about this action? Remember, often on square roots, we leave a number off, right? So tempting to think that the thing right here is a 1, right? That's what we want to think. But it's not, right? We take out pairs. So the number that's implied there, the number that's left off is not a 1, right? Be careful of that. So hopefully when you did this one, you said, oh wait, 5x. I know the 7 will be on top, but what goes on bottom? It's a 2. It's a 2, right? It's not a 1. Be careful on that. And the last one of these ones before we roll on to the next part, and I love this one. You can even do this. Oh my gosh, it's a decimal. So here's what you want to do. Rewrite it as a fraction. You know what 0.5 is. That's a fraction. And then it's really easy to do. But they can come in fractions and they can come in decimals, which is crazy to think about. But that makes sense, right? You're not making things bigger. You're like making them smaller. You're not cutting them in half. You're saying if there's two of them, I want a pair out. I want one out of the two, right? So that kind of makes sense. So if you did this one and you went square root of 3x, you are on fire, right? Okay, so here's what we do with this. We're going to do what we did last night, but they're not going to be set up like this. They're going to be set up like these. So here we go. Let's start with these. So here's what. Some of you are going to be able to think, I know what that means in my head and I can do it really fast. Others of you are going to be like me. I have a tendency to rewrite them, right? To rewrite them in square root form. So for me, it's easier to take this dude and think, oh, wait, I'm going to rewrite it. That's 25. I'm taking the square root of 25. If you know that in your head, that's awesome. If you don't, split it up, 5 and 5. Boom. So the answer on this guy is just 5. It's just 5. Right? Because that's the square root of 25. Okay, try the next one. I'm going to give you a hint. You're going to get a weird answer, a little bit of a weird answer, just a baby weird answer. I'll give you a little hint. It's like they're winking at you with my... I did that in the last class. I'm like, why are you winking at us? I'm like, you're idiots. That's why. Because I'm winking at you because you're dumb. Why I'm winking at you. I'm not very nice to 8th grade. They kind of fun. So here's what I do. If you're thinking, Ms. T, I don't like it in that form, I'm with you. I rewrote it. If you want to put the little 2 there, you can. I know the square root of 49 is 7, but I can't have a negative. So I put, ooh, don't do that. I put an I there. That's it. Yeah. Kind of cool looking. Okay, we're going to step up a little bit. Here we go. Here we go. So now these ones are going to be a little bit trickier because we're not going to get as clean of an answer. So I'm going to give you 2 ways to write your answer at the end. So for me, I have an easier time putting it into this format. It's easier for me to do. I am now looking for not twins, I'm looking for triplets, right? That bottom number tells you the number you're looking for. So some of you are going to say, screw it, Misty, I'm not even going to make the little jail cell anymore. I'm just going to split up 54 and look for triplets. And that's totally smart. But I'm going to go ahead and do it like this because I don't know why. I just do. Like I really do in real life. So here's what I'm going to get. My answer, I got a pair of triplets, 2 dies in the process. So I've got 2, I'm sorry, let me try that again. Get back. I've got 3 cube root 2. That's a perfectly fine answer. I'm going to show you another answer that is an awesome answer too. If you want to get fancy, you could also do it like this. Do you see the difference? I have to put it in parentheses though, or else it's going to look like 23, right? So I need to be clear about who's in jail and who's not in jail. So either of these answers are perfectly fine. I think on your answer key tonight, I did it this way because a lot of kids like it this way, but that's pretty awesome as well for my friends heading to pre-calc. So let's look at the next one. The next one's super easy. I'm looking for sets of 5. You can kind of do that one in your head, right? But if you want to go ahead and it's more comfortable for you to do it long ways, watch, you're just going to write out 6 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 5 to make a set. 5 try to come out. 4 die in the process. So I have an X on the outside. I have 1 left over to the inside. And don't forget to tell me it's a super max jail, right? And that's a perfectly fine answer. Again, you want to get fancy. X to the 1/5. I don't necessarily need the parentheses on this one because you can tell the difference. But if you want to put in parentheses, that is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. Okay, we're going to step up a little bit more. How about this one? I'm going to let you try this for a minute. I'm going to tell you this. You're going to put 2 9s or 9 squared into your little jail cell. Then you're going to have to split that up. So 9 times 9 is something, right? So go ahead and give that a try. I like that one. By the way, there's a ton of 3s in that answer. 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Lots of 3. So here you go. Blaine, you want to walk me through it? So I'm going to put the 3 out there. That's okay. I'm going to have you. And then what do I do next? Huh? I know. So I'm going to just have you do it with me. I'm not. You don't have to pay attention. But what do I do next? Yeah. So we're going to put the 9 squared in the jail. It's 9 squared, right? Is everybody cool with that? Or did I lose anyone? Blaine, what is 9 squared?
81.
You got it. You can leave it 9 squared. You could have done this, gone 9 and 9, and then start splitting them up. That's awesome. Or you could go to 81 and split them up there. Either one works for me, right? But I'm lazy. I would have just gone ahead and said, hey, 9 and 9, and either way works. I need how many to come out?
3.
3. So I'm going to find a set of 3. 1 comes out. 2 die. I'm left with how many inside?
3.
Perfect. And what's the only thing I'm forgetting, and it would be wrong if I don't have it?
Cube.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. See, you were paying attention. Got you back in. Well, that sounds a lot, right? Not bad. That last one's the same as the one we just did. Could you do it real quick for me, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll be quiet. Here's a hint. Write out your X's. If it helps you, write out 5 of them. Some of you are realizing, hey, wait, I got one set that can come out. 3 goes in there, 1 with 2 left over, right? Some of you can start to see this without doing all the work because it's like, oh, how many times does 3 go into 5 perfectly? It goes in 1, and I'm going to have 2 left over. So if you're getting good at it, that's awesome. If it's more helpful to you to write them out, you do you, right? I just need you to know it works either way. But 3 goes into 5 one time, 1 set comes out, and you have 2 left over. That's why sometimes the rational exponents, kind of nice. They make it a little bit easier. Last one, best one. Here we go. Here's my hint on this one. Put it in jail if you want, and then start taking stuff out. Or let's see if there's another problem. Nope, that was it. But some of you can maybe start to do this in your head, right? To think, oh, how many perfect sets come out? 1 perfect set. I have 2 pairs left inside. Give it a try. And while you're doing it, I will pass out your homework. Your homework is indeed today, all of them, because they go really fast. There's a mistake on 2 answers. I'll tell you when you get there. But I'm going to put up the answer if you're trying it. And I think the answer is 2x on the outside and 4x squared, or 2 times 2 on the inside. You could do it that way, or you could do it like this. Watch this. On the inside. Ooh, look at that. You can do it. Awesome. These are a little weird. They kind of make your brain hurt. They go fast. The first ones you blow through really, really quick. You are just rewriting them. Second ones take a little bit of thought, but not a lot. I told you it's easy homework to watch. Because it's quick to watch. Do that. You know, if you want to just zone out, yeah. Especially when therapy, especially your boys, you need to focus. Right? There you go. Hi, Grant. Oh, so watch what you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and So inside, it's right? So we have 5 sets of 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right? And the bottom number tells me how many can come out. So I can put 1 set out, die in the process, right? So the 2 comes out, and 1 set comes out, and 3 die in the process. Inside, so I can either do it like this,
Or his paper. Like he had a
or just go ahead and say that's the way. Sure, that was awesome. Considering you were absent for that. Sorry, you guys. It goes really fast. The answers on the back, I think number 19 was wrong, and I think number 16, sorry, I did them myself, and I think I made a mistake on 16 and 19. So don't make yourself crazy. I think 16 is supposed to have a 3 on the outside, and 19 is supposed to have a 2 on the outside. That was the 16 and 19. Don't make yourself crazy. Yes. Who is gone? Huh? You got it. Yeah. Gotta wait a few minutes. Just get, if she's not back in the queue, then give me a few. The answer's on the back. Okay, so I'm gonna, again, you're putting me in a hard position, right? So Catherine's gonna be like, why is he doing homework? Because he just plays on his phone. So don't put me in that position, right? You do have to roll, they go really, really fast. You have options, play on your phone if you want. You want to sit and do nothing, take the phone. You're fine, and you are welcome to do anything else but playing on your phone is not an option in my phone. That's fine. Oh, didn't stop. Sorry.